G'day mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to talk about how Falcon Esports signing of Chapix is one of the biggest moves we've seen in Fortnite esports history, and it might be for a reason you're not quite expecting. Also, while on the topic of orgs, I want to talk about the situation with Jur3ky getting dropped by Wave Esports and why that is, because there's a lot of photos going around of some DMs, there's a lot of talk about exactly why Jur3ky was dropped, and I want to delve a little bit deeper into that situation. Also, at the end of today's video, I want to talk about people freaking out that now Clix and Ron are also both playing Apex Legends on stream. Are they quitting Fortnite, and why everyone freaks out every single time a Fortnite pro or content creator plays any other game? You guys probably already saw it today on social media, but we do have Falcon Esports signing Chapix. Now, why is this such a big deal? On top of being arguably or unarguably one of the best players in EU right now, pretty much a shoe-in to place top 3 in FNCS and basically every other tournament, it's the fact that Chapix has been very, very vocal on social media in the past about not wanting to join an org, specifically his parents not trusting orgs and not believing they were the best thing for their son, which has always been a topic a lot of people have talked about. Always found it strange because, like, hey, it's just free money, he's so good, why wouldn't he join an org? And I understand it. I actually think it's a smart move from Chapix parents. Depending on how much they looked into it, there are a lot of players out there who have been getting pretty terrible offers and getting locked into orgs that they're not happy with for signing contracts too quickly. So I think his parents being a little bit reserved and a little bit cautious about orgs is fine. But if you are a player in Chapix's position and you get offers like I'm sure Chapix has been getting, it's crazy to turn a lot of them down. The salary that some of these Fortnite pros get, especially if they're placing as consistently as Chapix, are massive. I know what you guys are going to think, like, oh, they take a cut of your earnings, but you can really negotiate good contracts, and for the most part, if you're in the position where a good org wants to sign you, most times you'll say yes. And I have to imagine Chapix has had some pretty solid org offers, even down to the fact of just Guild wanting to sign him to have a Guild trio, because again, they've already signed the other 2 trio members, Janice and Hen as well. So I'm sure he got huge offers from Guild, decided not to join them. But we also remember have Tayson being bought out from Guild to join Falcon Esports for over $100,000. So this leads me to think that Falcon is throwing around some big money on some really good contracts. We had the information about Tayson's buyout go public, but we never had the contract itself go public. So the fact that I know Guild must have been offering Chapix a fair bit of money, and he said no, and now Tayson leaving Guild to join Falcon, they have to be putting big money up. I don't know how much it is, and again, I'm not going to go into heaps of detail about how much Fortnite pros get, because even I don't really know. Most of them don't like to talk about it because, again, it's quite personal. It's how much money you make. Most people don't talk about their org contracts, but just looking at those 2 facts, I have to imagine they are putting big money into this, and Falcon Esports is exploding. I can imagine them picking up a few more big EU players at the moment, because as they did with Tayson, they don't even care if they're already signed to an org. They'll buy them out if they have to. I would love to see them move into the NA scene and start picking up some of the big NA guys that are free agents, but Chapix had to be one of the biggest, if not biggest, free agents still left unsigned to an org. Speaking of orgs, we're moving on to the situation with Jur3ky, and now this is an interesting one because there's 2 sides to this story. So the main thing is, and all we really know in public that's actually been confirmed, is the fact that Wave has parted ways with Jur3ky. They made a tweet saying, "We are parting ways with Jur3ky. Thank you for everything and good luck in the future. #WaveCheck." And then Jur3ky retweeted this. That's all we know. But why am I making this video? It's because there's 2 main theories. One is just that Jur3ky's contract expired and he no longer wanted to sign with Wave. If you guys remember, in the same video I made about Tayson talking about him joining Falcon, we had information come out that Jur3ky wasn't happy with his contract. He wanted to be released, and then one of the members of Wave came out and said basically that they signed a contract where he, yes, was getting 0 salary, but they're also taking 0 earnings, and he had the ability to go to a boot camp. So it was mutually beneficial for both. In that, there was also some statements that some people found really odd. It was one of the members of Wave saying that Jur3ky actually got lucky winning FNCS and he didn't really deserve it, and he probably wouldn't find a better contract anyway. It was pretty crazy to see. I mean, a lot of people loved that statement. A lot of people didn't like it. People kind of had their stake on it. I'm not going to go too much into detail because that's very old news, but that is one example of why Jur3ky maybe has no parted ways with Wave. The other one being the fact that they actually dropped him because of some DMs and some photos that have circulated recently of things that Jur3ky is saying to pros behind closed doors. Now, I'm not going to show the DMs, and I'm going to admit my bias here. I actually quite like Jur3ky. He's in my chat all the time and he seems like a good guy, and I normally like to take pros and people in the community as how they treat me, but I did also want to shed some light on the situation anyway and try to stay as unbiased as I can. If that is why Jur3ky has been dropped, I think honestly a lot of people would be happy to see this. I think a lot of people understand that while Fortnite esports is played predominantly by children, it needs to start becoming a little bit more professional. When these guys represent orgs, or even when they're just representing their own brand but then have the opportunity to play Fortnite competitive, they need to take that a bit more seriously and behave a bit more maturely. You can't, I know it's frustrating when you die in a tournament. I know you get griefed. I mean, I get angry when I'm playing regular games and I get griefed by someone, but some of the stuff that these guys say to each other just can't fly, especially when you're representing a big org who has huge sponsors attached to them. As soon as you join an org, you're not just representing that org, you're also representing the sponsors, and that's where things get scary. If Fortnite wants to keep growing as an esport, I think we need to try to legitimize it a bit more, and I think a lot of that comes from the players and the orgs. The orgs need to hold their players accountable, and the players need to understand they need to be better and do better. I know I'm sounding like the old boomer in the scene. I love the fact that Fortnite isn't a conventional esports. Anyone can play, anyone can play, so you don't have to be on an org, and yeah, things get crazy at times that makes it entertaining, but I just think a little bit more in the professional direction could be really helpful for everyone. Now, the fact I even need to talk about this last topic is crazy. No, Clix and Ron are not quitting Fortnite just because they streamed Apex for a day, and I need to have this conversation with some of you guys because I think it comes down to a lot of the Fortnite audience being a bit younger and Fortnite being their first major game. I get that Fortnite has been the first game you've got super invested in, and I know you want to see it succeed. Some of you guys scarily want to see it die, and I'm not really sure why, but when big Fortnite content creators or pros go and play another game, that is okay. I myself have spent the last few days playing a whole bunch of Apex. It's new, it's refreshing, it's enjoyable. They're not bandwagoning. I've been making some Apex videos on my second channel for months now. People seem to think I've just started playing it because it's getting viewership. It's just because when you see other content creators and pros playing a game, it makes you realize the game looks fun and you go give it a try. This is why I always talk about why Fortnite needs to bring the big content creators back in some way, and I truly think controlling stream snipers is the way to do that. But I've talked about that so many times, I'm not going to go into detail about it because a whole bunch of you guys were asking me in chat today what's happening with Clix and Ron, why are they playing Apex, are they quitting? I even had time to play some Apex today with Ron. It was so much fun. He was talking about how he's going to play both Cash Cups tomorrow, most likely EU and NA. He was just playing Apex for a day to chill. Most of the big Fortnite pros play a lot of games off stream and you guys don't realize it. So when the pro streamers do it, you guys freak out. A lot of the Fortnite pros aren't grinding as hard as you might think, or a lot of them use other games as their downtime to chill and relax. And I think you guys should as well. If you're burnt out on Fortnite and you're forcing yourself to play it, go play something else for a little bit, learn a new game, have some fun and come back. I guarantee you will not be washed. If anything, the break can sometimes help your mechanics, and it will definitely help your mentality to want to play the game more and not get as frustrated. So again, Clix and Ron are not quitting Fortnite for Apex. A whole bunch of Warzone pro players and streamers are, just because Apex is nice and refreshing. It's a fun game. I give you guys, try it out. Seriously, it's free. Give it a go. I've got a video on my second channel, which is a guide video you can watch if you're confused, but it's a really fun, fantastic game. And you guys keep asking me, am I quitting Fortnite? No, I will still be watching all of the Fortnite tournaments. I still love Fortnite. Playing it right now for me is a bit difficult because I'm just feeling a bit burnt out without map changes. And instead of just complaining about that, I'm gonna go play another game in my free time and come back to Fortnite when it excites me again. I'm still gonna watch every Fortnite tournament though, because that is still my favorite content to make and do. Don't stress. Alright guys, that does it for another video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please chuck a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on anything I talked about today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.